Have you ever wondered why some people explode at the smallest thing, like a delayed text, a slightly wrong coffee order, or someone breathing too loudly near them? What if I told you that behind that quick anger, there's something much deeper going on? Something most people never notice? Today, we're breaking down the psychology behind people who get angry quickly because they're often very different from what they look like on the surface. Anger is one of the most misunderstood emotions. Most people see it as a sign of aggression, rudeness, or lack of self-control. But psychologists say anger is usually a mask, a cover-up emotion hiding something more vulnerable underneath. People who get angry fast often aren't mean or bad. They're overwhelmed. They're overstimulated. They're protecting themselves from something that feels unsafe or threatening, even if that threat is invisible to others. This video will help you understand why fast-to-anger people act the way they do, what's actually going on in their brain, and how this plays out in relationships, friendships, and everyday human behavior. And trust me, by the end, you'll never look at anger the same way again. 1. They're more sensitive than they seem. Most quick-to-anger people aren't cold. They're the opposite. They feel emotions intensely. Their nervous system reacts faster and stronger than the average person. Something that feels like a minor annoyance to you might feel like a full emotional storm to them. This sensitivity can make them jump straight to anger because it's the emotion they can express the fastest. It's easier to snap than to say, "That hurt me," or "I feel overwhelmed." 2. They often grew up in chaotic or high-pressure environments. Psychologists say fast anger is common in people who learned early in life that they had to defend themselves quickly. If they grew up around yelling, criticism, emotional unpredictability, or walking on eggshells, their brain learned to react fast to stay safe. It's not a personality flaw, it's survival wiring. To them, reacting instantly feels normal because that's what kept them protected as a child. 3. Anger is their shield for deeper emotions. Here's something surprising. People who get mad quickly often feel sadness, fear, or rejection even faster. But they don't know how to express those emotions safely. So the brain chooses anger because anger feels powerful. Vulnerability feels dangerous. And for many, emotional honesty wasn't something they were ever taught. 4. They fear losing control. Ironically, angry people aren't trying to dominate. They're terrified of being powerless. Being in the wrong situation, the wrong conversation, or the wrong emotional space makes them feel like they're slipping. So they react fast to regain control. The frustration you see is often a panic signal underneath. 5. They care more than they want to admit. People who get angry quickly usually have big hearts. They care deeply about fairness, loyalty, consistency, and respect. When something feels off, even a little, it hits them hard. Their anger often comes from emotional investment. They care so much that small things feel personal, even when they're not. 6. Their brains are wired for quick threat response neurologically. Some people have a more active amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for fear and threat detection. This makes them react instantly to anything that feels like a danger, even if that danger is someone interrupting them or forgetting something important. It's not just psychological, it's biological too. Their brain hits the gas before their logic has time to show up. 7. They struggle with emotional overstimulation. Fast-to-anger people get overwhelmed easily. Too many sounds, too many conversations, too many things happening at once, it ramps up their stress. If you've ever seen someone lose it in a loud restaurant or during a busy day, that's overload. Anger becomes their release valve. It's how they let out the pressure their body can't hold anymore. 8. They are often perfectionists. You wouldn't think it, but many angry people have extremely high standards. They want things a certain way, and when reality doesn't match that mental checklist, it frustrates them deeply. It's not about controlling others. It's about calming the chaos in their own mind. When things go off script, their stress spikes instantly. 9. They internalize stress until it overflows. Some people talk about their problems. Some cry. Some shut down. People who get angry quickly often bottle everything up until they can't hold it anymore. Their anger is usually a buildup, not a sudden spark. It's the final straw after a long chain of unspoken frustrations. 10. They're scared of being misunderstood. Many fast-to-anger people feel unheard, dismissed, or invisible. Anger becomes their way of saying, "Listen to me," because softer communication hasn't worked for them in the past. It's not that they want conflict, they want connection. They just haven't found a healthier way to ask for it. 11. They love passionately and deeply. Here's the twist. Intense anger often lives next to intense love. People who feel strongly don't get to choose which emotions come strong. If they get mad quickly, they likely love quickly, attach quickly, and care quickly. Their emotional volume just runs louder than most. 12. They feel guilty afterward, even if they don't say it. Most people who get angry quickly aren't proud of it. They replay conversations in their head, regret their tone, and feel ashamed afterward. They just don't know how to say sorry without feeling weak. It's easier to pretend nothing happened than to admit they feel guilty. Here's the part almost nobody knows. People who get angry quickly are often carrying emotional wounds that haven't healed yet. Their anger isn't about the moment, it's about everything behind the moment. It's about memories they don't talk about. It's about fears they hide. It's about a heart that loves deeply but feels unsafe, showing softness. Quick anger is rarely about the present. It's a shadow of the past trying to protect them in the wrong way. Understanding this doesn't excuse their behavior, but it explains it. And when you see the human behind the anger, everything starts to make sense. So the next time you see someone get angry quickly, pause for a second. Remember that behind that reaction is a sensitive nervous system, an emotional history, and a person who feels more than they show. Anger is rarely the real message. It's just the surface layer of something deeper, something more vulnerable, something they've never learned to express safely. If you learned something new today, hit like, share this with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more psychology and human behavior breakdowns. Tell me in the comments, do you get angry quickly or do you know someone who does? I'd love to hear your story.